This was Mike with Mike and Sandy's Adventures. I'm going to put a final drive together. I've started on it. I've made some gaskets and I got everything greased up to put back together. I got my bearings in. I put oil inside there. I had to press these races in for these. And there's actually two of them that get dowel pinned. Now I'm having problems. Let me put you down here for a minute. There, we got that back in. Now my hands are all greasy. But them races get dowel pinned in. You gotta line the dimples up to get these down in there. Then there's just like little freeze plugs that keep them in, which I've got them ordered, but it hasn't come in yet. There's one back here too. It's a smaller size. I think this one's 3/8, and this one's 1/4 inch plug. I got to put that in, but I got brake bands. I got it painted up. I got to clean a little bit of oil out of there, but that ain't no big deal for now. I've got the other drive already on. Like I said, I'll coat that with a thing of silicone. And, we got this one all put together. I've got the seal over there. And the gaskets I made here. So, I'll be in and out of the picture quite a bit. So, let's get started on this. Alright, we're going to put us some silicone down on here. And might be able to get you a little bit better view here. Get some silicone on there. Like I said, I had to make 3-piece gaskets. Like I said, it's probably going to be a little time consuming. But it'll be okay. Well, babe! Get over here! I gotta keep track of my dog. But let me grab my silicone. I got my bolts ready. Like I said, my garage is a mess. I've been trying to get a lot of shit done. I got that siliconed on there because it's in 3 different pieces. So I silicone the whole gasket. But we're going to silicone some more on the outside edge. Then we're going to put the other piece in, and we'll go from there. Sorry for the inconvenience. This video is going to be kind of screwed up. I'm trying to watch that on the film because I got you hooked up to a stand. I do have new silicone tips and stuff. I got to get them ready because this one's pretty much fried. It's out. I didn't have no gloves on. So we're going to put some gloves back on here. Gotta find a utility knife. Like I said, my garage is a mess. I've been making gaskets over there, over here, a little bit of everywhere. So, I gotta find my utility knife. I'll be bebopping in and out, like I said. I've got one drive done. I hate working with this silicone. I don't like doing it, but like I said, since my gaskets are in 3 pieces, I got to kind of do it. I don't want it to leak because I don't want to take it back apart. Because if it leaks, you got to take the whole dozer back apart. And I really don't want to do that. Got a new tube here. I'll just cut the excess off after it dries with the utility knife outside. I do plan on repainting this tractor. Now we're going to go get the other piece and attach it. Yeah, I want to put some grease on this bearing in here. Just because I don't know how long it's going to set. So I'm going to put some grease on this bearing. And I did replace all but this bearing in both drives. This one's still good. But it pretty much took me 4 drives to make one good one. I'm going to clean this up here real quick. Set it for a little bit. Should put some grease on that gear too, but I'm just going to put a little bit here and there. It'll work itself in. I found these edges on each one of these where I had to pry to get it off. I didn't have to take these outside bearings out because they both were good. Plus I don't have the capabilities of doing it. Oh my Lord. Huh. Motherfucker. The other one wasn't as hard. I think I gotta kind of pry the bottom apart. Well, I just messed up. I know why it won't go together now, because there's two dowel rods in there, so I gotta pull it back off. Dowel pins, because this is different. It's off another drive. I didn't see it at the beginning, but I do now. So I gotta drive that one out. Didn't see it. Not a big deal. may be harder than what I think, I guess. I thought that would be easier to get out, but don't look that way. We'll try that one. I don't know if I can get it out either. Big old screw up. Yeah, this one might come out. It's turning. I'll bring you back when I get this pin out. Alright, we're back. I don't know how much of that other video that you got to see, but I got this on. I got the bolt started. I got the back side tightened up because I had to flip it up. I'm going to finish tightening these up. And then we're going to put the bearing and the nut on the other side. Then I got to get my puller ready to press the brake drum on where the brake band's tightened to. So we're going to finish this up real quick, then we'll go to the back side. When I'm done, I'll let that silicone dry and I'll take a utility knife and I'll scrape it all off because I plan on primering and painting this tractor too. I don't like using silicone, but I don't want to pay a lot of money for gaskets, so I spliced them together. Silicone's cheaper than what the gaskets are. don't like how this one looks. I don't think the stud went in there far enough. So I'm either going to find another stud or fix this one. Maybe. Let me go find another stud and nut real quick. Baby. Of course, we got Sandy out here in the garage this morning. She's watching. She's eating her breakfast. She's not being very much help right now. She just pretty much got up out of bed and fixed herself breakfast. But when I go to put it on the dozer, she'll help me do that because I can't do it myself. But this silicone that's splooged out here, I'll take a utility knife when it dries and I'll come right off. You won't even know it's there. Like I said, I don't like using silicone, but I make gaskets, so. And where they come together, I want to make sure everything was fit. Plus it helps hold it in place. I know it looks bad right now, but it'll clean up. But we're going to go to the back side. We got one bearing and one nut. I might set the puller up to push the brake drum on. But I got to put the seal housing and everything in before I can do that. So let's move to the back side. Yeah, and I just dropped you. And Sandy's laughing at me. Got to make sure you're in line there. Yeah, it looks like you can see. This is a drum. It's a used drum. I cleaned it up. This is a used band, but the other drive, I actually had to put new pads, and I got new pads up there. But in this band, there wasn't nothing wrong with the pads, so I'm going to use them and save that for another project. Like I said, I got plenty of projects. I have 11 dozers now, and next weekend we're going to go pick up 2 more D2s. So let's get this done, and we'll get this nut and this housing on. Washer, but I got to go get it real quick, and we'll get that on, get it torqued. I do it by feel. You got to have a little bit of preload on them bearings, but I'll go get the nut and the washer and get that going. I don't have a parts washer tank or anything, so I either clean it off with electrical cleaner or gas or paint thinner, whatever I can at the time. Whatever I got available. I got to find a new bearing. It's here somewhere. If Sandy didn't move it. She likes moving my parts on me, and I have a hard time finding them. Anything say, Sandy?
No, I'm still waking up.
No? But I gotta go find a bearing real quick. Of course, little dog Woofy come in, checking things out. Let me find a bearing. It's here someplace in this mess. I really don't know where I put it.
Whoopie?
I need this.
Whoopie.
We need this plate and this gasket. We gotta find some bolts for that. Thought the bearing might be in there, but it's not. I thought I kept them all together, but. Are you laughing? Oh, here it is at the bottom of the box. These are, I bought all new bearings. Like I said, I'd replaced them two in this one. And I had two bearings that were good. But it was still $500 for both sides to do them bearings. But I'm going to pack some grease in here. Because like I said, I don't know how long it's going to be before I do anything with it. So I just don't want them to rust. And I don't pack a lot of grease on them. I mean, you can get a whole bunch of grease, put in your palm and pack them, but I'm going to put a little bit of oil in them too. Mainly, I don't want the rollers to rust. So that's why I put a grease on them. Then I put some oil on them. I'm going to go get the oil real quick and we'll stick that in. Been using 80-90 gear lube. I just kind of coat the inside of this big side of the bearing. I just kind of spin it. I just want to get oil on all of them. And you got to move the shaft around. I might have to tap that on a little bit because it goes on the shaft. It's a press fit on the shaft, so we might have to tappy. There, we got that tappy in there. Well, yeah. I do have a socket to fit it, but I thought on my pickup, I always carry tools in my pickup because my dozer's up north on the property. So I always carry big stuff with me up there just in case I gotta fix it up there. Probably would have been faster to go get the socket, but it'll be alright. If you guys are watching this, you know, I'm very low funded because I'm doing it on my own with this channel. We have no sponsors. We don't get paid nothing for doing these videos. Just like we enjoy people watch what we got going on because we do a little bit of everything. Sandy. I might need your help.
Okay, sweet.
I gotta find my other wrench. Hold that right there. Just hold that right there.
Up, pull up on it.
I'd let it go up, down against the floor. If it does. I'm holding the outside shaft. Did that go toward the floor?
Yeah, but I'm pulling up on it. You want me to
Yeah,
pull up on it?
yeah, just let it go toward the floor. I'm gonna finish pushing that bearing the rest of the way on now. I got a pipe wrench on the other side. I got it in the spline so it won't slip. So don't mess them up, and Sandy's just kind of holding against the floor right now. I think we're finally getting tight. I gotta see where the cotters be. I can go about half a hole. I should be able to put the cotter pin in. Maybe a little more. I think we might be able to get the cotter pin there. That's good, Sandy.
You think you need sheepies on that?
She beast!
He's beeping over there.
He ain't. That's something I'm gonna try to fix this cotter pin because I don't have anything big enough. I guess I could wait. I think maybe I'll just wait to put that in. But we can get this going here. Put the gasket bolts in there. I've got 4 of them, so that's a good deal. Yeah, at least it's still recording. It hasn't ran out of battery. Batteries this morning. I'm gonna wait to replace this pin. I'll get a new one. I just don't have none right now. Take my rag with me because we'll get greasy again. I gotta spray this out. You wanna give me some paper towels, please, babe? I put oil in this center section. When I had it tipped, it ran a little bit of oil out here, and I want to make sure that gets cleaned up. I don't want oil down in here. Just use some brake clean here. Wipe a little bit of this shit out. Yeah, we're gonna call that good. We got this. You gotta make sure this goes on right. Because you got that hole there. And it looks like I'm missing a dowel pin. So I'm gonna have to find a dowel pin real quick. I'm gonna pause this video right here. I gotta go get a dowel pin and we'll put this in. All right, I found another dowel pin. We'll put this. I got it put in there already. Like I said, I had to mismatch drives. I had 4 drives. So you just got to make sure that's lined up, which is not lined up bad. And I've got new seals. I doubled them up. And I got that from Scotch 253 to double them seals up. That way it's right here on this. That way it's got two different places to ride. And then we got Woofy coming in the screen. I'm greasing these seals so that way I don't have to worry about messing them up. And you always got to make sure that this goes to the bottom of there. And that's what I did. So the oil transfers through there. I got my bolts. What's up, Woofy? You're blocking the view. You're blocking the view, Wolf.
Are you helping with the viewers, huh? You helping with viewers? Huh? Get down. Get down.
You hand me that. Factor it down. I'm gonna torque these down. I go by feel with this. They don't need to be real tight. Pretty much that's it. We're ready to put the drum in. I'm going to put the drum up on there right now. I'm going to lube this up with some oil so that way it don't mess my seals up. And then I got to set a puller up. So when I get my puller set up to press this back on at 20 tons or whatever it calls for, I'll have to look. I think it's 20 tons. I know they were a pain in the butt to get off, but I'll set this up there. That way I want to put some oil around here for my seals. Even though I got grease there, I'm going to put some oil on this. Them are tapered splines, so you gotta press them in there. Yep, there we go. All I gotta do is press it. Went right in. Brake band's good. It works. Yep, grabs the drum. I might have to do a little bit of adjusting. I might have to take that off a little bit. That seems pretty tight, but we'll get it taken care of. I'll get my tool set up, my press, and we'll come back and press this on for you guys. These are some tools I made. I took a threaded rod, took the two nuts, this screws into the nut, I welded them together. Like I said, I'm very low income trying to do this, so I try to make most of my stuff. I got a longer threaded rod. So, and I just cut it off because it was really long. Hopefully I didn't cut it too short, but yeah, they both go on there. Well, anyways, I pretty much put this one on here like this to adapt it. And then I screw it in the holes, the same threads. I just got a threaded rod from the local bolt guy. We got one that the guy pretty close, it's like Fastenal and everything, and he had what I needed. I just screw that in there like that. Then I just took a piece of pipe, cut a groove in it for that. That way it fits over everything. And I got to put this in here. And I put my hollow ram jack in here. Like that. And I made this. This is actually a puller to push the clutches back on the splines on the transmission. but I use it for just a spacer. And I take a nut. Excuse me. Sandy's out there laughing at me. Pretty much got to have that lined up there. I guess I could have done it the other way too, but this way it worked. Now I don't have a gauge on my pump. This is a cheap China thing. It cost me $159 for this. Another $30 for this, my pump. And it's alright to do this. I mean, I don't have thousands of dollars to spend. I make what I can work. But we're starting to pump this up. I don't have a gauge on it, so I just kind of go until it feels like it's not going no more. So, still feels like it's going on there. Don't have a lot of pressure in this yet. I'm going to get back though, just in case something breaks loose. It feels pretty tight now. I think it's pretty much stalled the cylinder out. So I know that's 30 tons. So that's all the further I'm going to go with it. I know it ain't going to loosen up. So it did bend my washer, but we can go a little more. We'll go a little more just because I didn't see it bent that washer. Yeah, we're going to stop there. That's enough. Like I said, this is all stuff I made. I got very minimum. You know, I took a black pipe and cut the threads off, made that piece. That's just the galvanized fitting I made. Thick wall. I had to get a bell because I had to go over my nuts. Yeah, that looks pretty good. It's almost flush in there, so that's a good deal right there. And it all works. Simple, but works. You know, there's a lot of trial and error to be able to hold 20, 30 pounds on a threaded rod and get it to screw in where it goes straight. But yeah, it looks pretty good. But I got a little cork gasket I'm going to put in there. I might put a little silicone on there so oil don't run through there. But overall, I'm pretty happy the way everything come out. So I guess the next step is get my cotter pin. I have to make these gaskets in 3 places too. And probably the next video will be putting it on the transmission. Like I said, I already got the one side on, and I'm going to go get the cork gasket and the bolt and stuff, and we'll get that on. You want to grab the air hose for me? Just pull it over here, please. Got my socket. I'm just going to torque her in as tight as I can. I'm going to put a little silicone on this cork just to hold it. Thank you. Sure you guys don't want to be looking at my butt while I do this. I'm just going to put that's just to keep the oil from leaking through. I don't need that much, but it's there. I don't want it to move. I don't want it to leak, so we're going to put it right there. Might put a little bit on the edge of there too. Got it?
No, keep one. Pull back up.
All right, give me a minute. This is an air cat impact, and it'll probably put it on there where it won't come off the tin, so that's what we're going to do. I don't... We're just going to pin that flat over there, and we're going to call it good. We'll call this one the end of the video for now. And probably the next video will be me putting it on, but the brakes look good, bearings look good. Like I said, I'll get it cleaned up and we'll go from there. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like the videos so that way we can keep going. Maybe we can make a little bit off from YouTube to keep these videos like this going. Like, I got a lot of cats and we got a lot of projects up north we're going to get done. So stay tuned.